Well, she has.
You pick a perfect day, Mr. Brandon, for a picnic.
You're not kidding. It is gorgeous out there today.
But I might not need them.
No, it's so beautiful out there. It was like cool. I got my morning run in. It was all cool. I was like chilly. I was like, yes, it's back.
I got my morning walk.
I watched the sunrise. That's a good
But I
walk.
did it at adverse pace.
That's good. Yeah. Get that cardio up. All right. I know we've got quite a few families gone this weekend, so I think I'm looking around in-laws and the Yettons and the, who else? Bob and Tammy or okay, let's read our Bibles together. John chapter 15, beginning in verse 9. All right, you ready? Shake off the week. Let's close one of the doors. You want to do some jumping jacks?
She says, let's shake it off. I said,
Shake it off.
we'll take flight.
So you're on fire today.
We love you. If it wasn't for her, we would be
Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're getting ready to read our Bibles. I like your shirt. You're not late. A wizard is never late. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Deep breath. Shake everything off. Let's hear God's word together. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now, remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant doesn't know his master's business. Instead, I have called you my friends. For everything that I learned from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. And so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command: love each other. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Let's pray together. Father, we come in the midst of a world that tells us to do so many things and be so many things, long after so many things. And instead, we just come as people that you love and that love you in return. We ask that you, as you have been doing, not just this whole year, but for our whole life, that you continue to teach us how to love. So that even as we watch our grandkids raise children, you will teach us deeper what friendship with you looks like. And we fall into that friendship today. We trust you. We share with you. We can't wait to see you and hang out with you and tell you the good news and the bad news. You are the one before all that we depend on. And out of that love that you have with your Father and you pour into us and we try and pour back into you, we ask that you give us the courage and willingness to pour that love into others as well. It's through your Spirit and the Son we pray. Amen. What a good passage. I need some caffeine this morning. All right, questions, thoughts, concerns?
Okay, I'll start.
All right.
I love 13. It just hit me when at the end he says.
The number or the verse?
I'm sorry.
Are you just like a fan of the number 13?
It's not a bad number.
It's kind of fun. On Friday the 13th, Baker's Dozen, right? Have I ever told you my story about baking? I'm not letting you talk. I'm stealing it. Of baking cinnamon rolls for Christmas service at Southside.
We didn't get cinnamon rolls back there.
I'm sorry. Your memory needs to serve you better in this moment, as I have made cinnamon rolls the last 2 Christmas services for this church.
Did you make them?
Me and Maria.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Wow. I am leaving right now.
Okay, I just said the reason why I don't is because I don't come on Christmas.
If you might recall that before I came here, when I was at Southside, that a Christmas, it was post-COVID, it was like 2022, I think. And Christmas fell on a Sunday morning. And in our town, most of the churches, I'm talking like a lot of the churches, were only doing Christmas Eve service. They weren't doing any service on Sunday morning. And we had this crazy idea to have church on a Sunday morning, even if it was Christmas Day, and see what happens. But everybody was also like, well, this is going to be, people are doing Christmas morning together. And they literally the night before, you've just, left service. And we know church is when church, when God's people are together. Anyway, we had the idea of baking cinnamon rolls for the whole church. This is not 100 people. We were 400 plus people at the time. But we thought we'll just do one service instead, okay? Because we won't, have as many. So I was like, well, I will bake all the cinnamon rolls. So, because I wasn't preaching for Christmas Eve service, so I prepped all the cinnamon rolls, and I don't do the homemade ones because I found ones that are better than homemade. They are the Rhodes cinnamon rolls. Mm-hmm. If you let them rise right and do them, they are out. I mean, they're unbelievably good. I can't make anything as good as they are. So the night before, I prepped. Let me think about this. I prepped, I don't even know, 2 dozen, 3 dozen. No, that's not right. Wait, 30 dozen. Is that right? 300? Yeah, 30 dozen cinnamon rolls.
And now we can church.
The opposite.
Yes.
20 minutes till service started, we were already almost completely full. I'm downstairs, the sanctuary's upstairs, and the kitchen's downstairs, and I'm downstairs cooking. I don't have any clue. Kim starts to come downstairs, and she's like, hey, I hope you made a lot. There's a lot of people here. And I'm like, well, I mean, they prep overnight. You can't do anything about it, right? And so literally we had put tables around and chairs, and we brought every chair we could find in the whole building at that place. I mean, usually we would have like 225, 250 people. We blew through 300 and lost count. We had people from every church around coming there. I had elders running downstairs. They were like, what are we going to do? Just totally freaking out. And the plan was we were going to do worship service. It was kind of a short service anyway, worship service. And then the minister was going to preach a little bit. And at the end of that, we were going to open the doors and the cinnamon rolls were going to come out. Okay, and we were all going to eat together and have festive. So in those Rhodes package, they come in 12 cinnamon rolls. There's 12 in a package. You ready for this? I don't know how it happened. We fed everyone in that room. But here's the crazy part about it. Occasionally, in those 30 dozen I opened, there would be a 13th cinnamon roll. At the end, all we had left over were the 13th cinnamon rolls that I had put on a separate tray. We served every cinnamon roll that belonged there, and the abundance was the 13th cinnamon roll. It's incredible. It was such a great story. It was such a God thing. And there's no way I had enough cinnamon rolls. People were, I earnestly believe God was just like, I got you, Brandon. Just chill out. And it was one of my most joyful services I've ever been a part of. There were people, the worship was incredible. There were people laughing all morning long. There were kids running around everywhere, but nobody cared. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful morning. So 13. All right, go to verse 13. It's my sidetrack. I shouldn't have told you guys that. That's such a good sermon illustration. I wasted it on you.
Forget it. No, I love 13.
Yeah.
It says at the end,
Yeah.
no greater love than laying down his life for his friends. And then he says, you are my friend.
I know. It's so beautiful,
And
isn't
that
it?
just hit me. It's like, wow.
And what's the contrast here? We've just had this conversation. Remember, this is all part of one massive dialogue. And what's the conversation we've had before this with Peter? Remember? Jesus goes to wash Peter's feet.
Oh, yeah.
I remember. And Peter says, no, don't wash my feet. I'll wash your feet. And he says, well, if I don't wash your feet, you have no part of me. And he says, well, wash my head and my head, right? And then Peter says, I will lay down my life for you. Right? And Jesus says, will you really lay down your life for Emu, for me? And then it just kind of like fades. And then it picks back up here in this dialogue. And now I have called you friends.
Yeah.
I know I've been meditating on that all
long,
week long.
sorry.
Me too.
Wow.
I've called you friends. There's no greater love than this, that you would lay down your life for your friend. How does that contrast? I cut this out of my sermon. But what's your guys' thoughts on it? How does that contrast with our pervasive concept of love in our world today? Yes, she's ready. Rock and roll.
Mainly about self-love,
Yes,
not love neighbor.
that's right.
But then again, it's kind of interesting because Jesus says, love your neighbor as yourself.
That's right.
It's kind of hard to love others if you don't love yourself.
I've been meditating. I had a professor in college that taught that a lot. He was like, the basis is like, you must love yourself as well. I agree. I would contend that if we have a biblical view of love, that what we call love for self doesn't look like that either. Are you with me? So like it's the two side, right? The world has so screwed up love that it doesn't look like it. And it's self-absorbed, right? But then we also, when we love on ourselves, what do? We do it in a self-absorbed way. Can you love yourself in a not self-absorbed way? Yes. I've done couples counseling. I've done a bunch of couples counseling, but a few times in a session, it hit me, especially for young adults who don't have kids yet. And they hate it. They never do it. Nobody ever does what you tell them to in counseling, so it doesn't matter. But it does matter. It's important. It's good work. But I would say to them, the problem is both of your narrative is I'm not getting what I want. But it's because you never spend a moment of your day or your life serving anyone else, right? So how can you love yourself? Go love someone else. Go serve someone else as self-love. Anselm has these beautiful 4 stages of love. Have you guys ever heard these? This is as spiritual formation. You're launching me. You're launching me, okay. Oh, turn the camera. Hi, camera people. Let's see if I can get this off the top of my head. The first stage is love of self for self's sake. Okay? This is the base level. This is the love of our culture. Actually, our culture would contend this is the biggest love, right? The best love. Treat yourself, right? This is the narrative, the height of love. If you go see completely secular counseling, this is what you're going to get. You got to do what's best for who? You yourself, right? Okay. I have lots of critiques of that, as does secular counseling critiquing itself now. Okay. But all right, this is the first stage. Everybody here? What does this look like? It's selfish, right? It's self-focused, yeah. I used to say like egocentric. It is egocentric, but like I mean, we just function culturally. We function as this is to be applauded. This is you taking care of yourself, right? I need a self day, Margaret. That's right. But the way that we take care of ourselves, you know this. The way we take care of ourselves, you ready? This is the second stage, this is going to get good. You're going to like this. Is the love of God for self's sake. What's this look like? Okay, he always comes first. I would say this is where most Christians end up falling, and it's about us not falling. It's a step of maturity, right? And this is where they land. What does this look like? It's still selfish, isn't it? But you love God. You're seeking God. That's right. You love God so you don't go to hell, right? You love God because He gives me good things, right? There's a lot of I love Joy FM. I listen to it all the time. But this is most songs on Joy FM, right? Not all, but most songs, right? The idea is like, I praise you, I give you glory. Why? Because you redeemed me, you saved me, you rescued me. That's great. That's great. That's a stage in spiritual formation, Anselm would say. All right, these are where I got to get it right. The next is, okay, love of God for God's sake. A lot of you in this room are here, which is good. I think this is Anselm. I'm hoping this isn't Bernard of Clairvaux. Somebody look up Google real quick on your phone, 4 stages of love. I think it's Bernard of Clairvaux. I think I messed up who I'm attributing it to. And I'm sorry, Bernard and Anselm. But either way, what does this look like? I know I turned it. If somebody knows where the AC's at, we're hitting that cool day where it's cool back in the classrooms. So do you know where it's at?
Well, yeah, but I worked on the windows.
That works. It might bake us out even more though.
We tried it Friday night. And Brandy said you need to shut it off for a while sometimes and reset it, and she worked.
Oh, maybe it's not working.
It was 80 back here when we got here Friday night. It was cool. That end of the building.
It's not working then.
Looking for the name of the author?
Yeah. Is it Bernard of Clairvaux? Just put 4 Loves Bernard of Clairvaux, or I think it's Bernard of Clairvaux. The more than
Okay, I'm challenged. This
Well,
is why I keep
Bernard.
Nailed it. Bernard of Clairvaux.
I loosened it.
How do you spell the last name? I love the way you gave me that.
It's not a last name. It's the town.
C-L-A-I-R-Y.
Vaux.
Thanks.
I'm glad I caught that midway through. Let's get back to what I'm talking about, though. So this is what? What does this look like? This is spiritual maturity, right? I'll take elders, I'll take my leaders, my healthy, mature people in the church is at this stage. The 4th stage that we're going to talk about is fleeting. He says it comes and goes in our life. We have moments of it, but it's not always there. But this is a stage we can get to. What does love of God for God's sake look like? I worship Him because of what? Who He is. I cry when I read about God's love. Not just because He loves me, but because He's love. Like, of all the things, right? That's who God is. When I spend time in the woods around His creation, and I'm like, this is the Creator God. Like, He crafted this and formed this out of His character. This growth, this expansive, constant growing. We've been watching Planet Earth with my kids. They've never seen them, all the BBC special. And of course, it has a whole pretty much anti-God kind of like lineage to it. But any Christian, any person who believes in God and watches that show is just like, we watch these little things underneath the glaciers way up north called angelfish. They're this big and they're completely see-through except for their internal organs. And they float around like this. Like they look just like angels floating around in the water. And then, you know what's crazy? There's these other little things called, I can't remember. It looks like a little snail. It is a snail, but it has two little wings on it, and they're just like barely your thumbnail, barely this big. And they got close to the angelfish. You know what the angelfish did? Its mouth and they wrapped up that thing and pulled it inside, and you could see the clam, the little snail inside of the angelfish. It's crazy. I don't know what that has, but I'm just saying, like you begin to like love God, not just because He saved you and redeemed you. You love God because you get to, like, marriage is like this. If you have I love my wife more and more for who she is. Not just early in marriage, it's what she can do for me. What she can do for me. And the longer I'm married and committed to her and she's committed to me, I begin to love her for what? Just who she is. The way she smiles in the morning, doesn't want to get out of bed. Right? That used to drive me crazy. It doesn't anymore. I love that about her now. Are you with me? This is our relationship with God. We move, and I hope this for your life. I hope you move to this stage like Jesus is showing us, where it's love of God because of who He is. But the fourth stage, Margaret, here we go. Love of self. Anybody want to take a guess? For God's sake. Oof.
All I know is you can't live without.
Yeah. That's right.
You just can't make it.
You just can't.
You just can't cope with this world.
That's right.
You didn't have Jesus in life.
That's right.
You just can't make it.
But instead of giving up when it gets hard, we do what? We love ourselves. Why? For Him.
It's hard. You can't depend on yourself.
Yeah.
You have to depend on God.
Right. Which is this, right? Right? This I'm honoring Him. I'm loving Him. Like I reveal Him. I reflect God's glory. He's chosen me as His friend. I wish you guys could have best friend status with Him, but there's only one necklace that we share. You guys don't have little girls in your house, I guess, anymore. Of course not, right? Like, I am Jesus's friend. I love myself. Why? For Him. For His honor, for His character, for His integrity, for His glory. For who He is.
We should love ourselves because He first loved us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that an acceptance of who He created you to be?
Yeah, it is, right?
He was wise in what
Yeah.
He did, and in spite of the fact that I may say, well, I can't do that, or I can't do whatever.
Yeah.
But I can do what I can do.
That's right.
Because that's what He made me to be.
Yeah, you begin to love your limitations, right? You begin to love the things you do well.
That's the problem with today, I feel, is you gotta love yourself because of God. People love themselves, a lot of these people today, because they love themselves.
Yeah.
Not because of God's love.
Yeah, so then the way we go to love ourselves is we pamper ourselves, right? How does God express His love? He doesn't pamper Himself.
He dies.
He dies. Yeah, He dies. So the way you love yourself for God's sake is what?
We're never more like
We die.
God.
That's right. We die. We serve. We honor the other. So have a pamper yourself day. But what does that look like? Loving others. It's so counter to what our world says. It says, oh, it's been crazy. This week's been crazy. My kids have been going 100 miles an hour. You know what I need? I just need some time to myself. Right? I just want us to find different language for that. I think there's something to that, obviously. But like the language should be like, I need time for me and God. I need some God time. I need some, I don't know. I wish I had I could write a book and become famous about, if I could find the right phrase.
To rejuvenate myself.
Yeah.
Time for me in a selfless way so I can continue to serve others.
Yeah, but it's like what I need is I get this. I get this at the end of my work week. I try and end my work week on Thursday afternoon, which is the end of my work week, with some time out in God's creation, just praying through everything that, whether that's a trail run or just a hike or some in the winter, it's just a slow walk, right? Like, but but it's not like, anyway.
Sometimes the thing, when you were saying that,
Yeah.
one of the things that actually reminded me of, when my kids were little, both of them were in a hyperactive
Yeah.
ADHD type thing. When you have kids like that,
Yeah.
all day long. And the thing that I found was that was something that I could give to God, is
Mhm.
just being there for them.
Yeah.
Doing for them.
Yes.
And so it wasn't a chore
Yeah.
to do it. It was just a way to express God's love to them.
Yeah. hmm
And
That's good.
to, try to get them to understand who God was
Yeah.
through that. But yeah, it didn't come across as something I needed to get away from. I was okay
Yeah.
being with a hyperactive kid, or a hyperactive kid and their friends that are hyperactive.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Man, I'm trying. Kim and I work on this. I'm not that way. One is I'm so
not either.
introverted. Yeah. But I'm trying it, prayerfully trying. Me and a few of our young dads here at the church we're all talking about this a lot, of like being God honoring fathers. Man, I'm just teary today. I was thinking about friendship, like we're all friends and trying to be right and trying to do this together, because we're all inclined. None of us are inclined that way. We're all introverted. The noise is too much for me after a little while. But my son needs that, right? My daughter, who does not stop talking. Isn't that right? I mean, just nonstop. But she had her first days of preschool, right? And oh man, brrr, I mean, I literally didn't get out of the truck. The door is barely open and there's a kid. Brrr. And I love it, right? I love it. I'm learning to love it. I want to learn. I don't love it. I don't love that innately, right? But because of God's sake, I want to love that. I want to love that. So, all right.
It's hard to get them to settle down. Yeah,
They fall asleep sometimes. Sometimes they fall asleep.
yeah, and when they do,
Just
they do
their way
sleep.
of recharging.
That's right. Yeah, we started at 4 a.m. this morning with Finley, who's been coming into our bed. And we thought some anxiety around starting preschool and stuff. So, but this morning was a lot. We were like, no, we're done with this nonsense. So for the next hour, we put her back to bed, 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 put her back to bed. The nice thing is you can't yell at them, because you'll wake up the other kids. So
And then you wake
there's no
yourself
choice
up.
but to be a good parent in that moment.
When you're yelling, you wake yourself up more.
I don't go back to sleep anyway, so it doesn't matter. If somebody wakes me up, that's it for me for the day. My wife, man, she's like, I don't think she ever even does wake up. She's just like, boom, back out.
Sounds familiar.
It's a blessing. I tell her all the time, it's a blessing. It's a gift from God. My brother can do it too. We're totally sidetracked. What else do we want to talk about? I have some stuff, but we've kind of covered. You guys kind of talked about this, but I had in the discussion guide for this week, I figure most of us probably aren't, since we're not in small groups during this season doing a lot of the discussions, but if we wanted to kind of look at what does God's love look like? What is the relation? Because this is what we see, right? Is this is the beauty of marriage and children. Your children learn what love looks like by the relationship of their parents. And then that moves, right, and changes in their life. But our baseline as followers of Jesus, as friends of Jesus, our baseline for what love looks like comes from the relationship of the Father and the Son. It's quite a statement, isn't it? If you really think about it, we're making a pretty audacious claim. Our love with the Son, our relationship with the Son is of the same standing as the relationship of the Father and the Son.
Meant to be.
It's intended. That's why he created us. Most great theologians, anyway, get to the almost all for the last 2,000 years. Christian theologians settle on eventually, from Luther to pick them. They settle on the reason for creation is the outpouring of divine love. Love creates. Love creates.
Well, if our purpose is to become more like Christ, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we're being brought into the relationship he has with the Father.
That was what he intended. I mean, he made us image
Yeah.
bearers.
Image bearers
We
from the
have
get-go.
capacity
Yep,
to have relationship with him. That was the whole
that's right. That was his desire.
intent.
Still is. It hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about that in our communion med today, that the whole law is summarized up in Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and thou shalt what? And you shall love. You shall love, the basis of the law. I mean, this isn't new thing. Jesus' teaching isn't new. It's always the transcendent love of God made known. Well, let's look at a few of these verses, and that'll kind of fill our time, finish us up here. This is what John, just in the Gospel of John, we get as kind of the view of God's love. So let's start with John 3, 31 through 35. Somebody want to read that for me?
The one who comes from above is above all. The one who is from the earth belongs to the earth and speaks as one from the earth. The one who comes from heaven is above all. He testifies to what he has seen and heard, but no one accepts his testimony. Whoever has accepted it has certified that God is truthful. For the one whom God has sent speaks the words of God, for God gives the Spirit without limit. The Father loves the Son and has placed everything in his hands.
So what does the relationship of the Father and the Son look like in this verse?
One would say,
They're one and the same. Good. What do you see?
the Father has given everything into his
Good. The Father has placed everything into his hands. What about us? Did we enter into that relationship with the Father? Supposed to.
The word I got, 'cause
Anything you ask in my name, this is all the same language. Sorry, Sue.
That's okay. When I read that Father has given everything to the Son, the first word that popped into mind was trust.
Yeah,
He trusted the Son
that's
to
good.
fulfill it.
Well, that goes along with obedience.
Yeah.
When you have a child, a person, a
Yeah.
friend, whoever, who does what they said they're going to do, if they are obedient to whatever.
That's right.
that they've done, you do have trust.
Yeah.
But then when they don't,
It's so hard, isn't it? My son asked if he could use my tools this weekend. We're still debating it. No, we weren't. But I was like, all my sockets are how they're supposed to be right in this moment.
what
You know.
tools did he want to use?
All of them. He wanted to attach, he was going to take the motor off of my lawnmower and attach it to his bicycle.
no, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. But I, at about his same age, asked my dad to do the same thing. And I was darn close. I would just tell you that. Yeah. The problem was the motor didn't work any longer after I got it off the lawnmower. But I didn't have YouTube. And like he gets, he earns TV time, and his TV time is YouTube. He loves it. And it's hard for me to deny it, because we have safety parameters, of course, but like he can learn so much stuff. So like he will just put in the search bar, remove a motor from the lawnmower, right? And there'll be a video out on YouTube show you how to do it, or attach a lawnmower motor to a bicycle. Boom, you can find that video. It's probably on my search history already, come to think of it. Okay. But you're right, the trust, right? He hands over all things in him because he trusts the Son who is faithful.
Well, and Christ said, I do everything he tells me.
Yeah, I do everything. That's coming. That's coming in our next chunk. What else do you see in this passage? I'm going to keep us moving. He gives the Spirit without limit. Do you believe God has given you the Spirit without limit? and you're a loving relationship with him. I don't. I'm learning to trust that. I mean, I know it intellectually, but in my heart. Okay, let's move to the next one. John 5:19 through 21. Somebody want to read it for me?
Jesus gave them this answer. Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. But the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. Yes, and he will show him even greater works than these, so that you will be amazed. For just as the Father raises the dead, and gives them life, even so the Son gives life to whom he is pleased to give it.
All right, what do you got there? What does the love of the Father and the Son look like?
That goes along with, he does whatever the Father is
Yeah.
doing.
He does the will. And what is the Father doing? What is the work of the Father? The work of the Son. Come on, you John scholars. Love. Right? This is the work. Love. This is the command. Keep my new command. What is it? The same as the old command. Love one another. Okay. Okay, so you see, all right, what else? What else though?
Imitation.
Imitation, good.
It's just like
Yeah.
Jackson's imitating.
That's right.
you, Father to Son. It's the same relationship.
That's right. That's right. They're imitating. We imitate. We are joined in the imitation of the Father and the Son. We all resemble them and look like them. And then they give life. They're life givers.
Well, it also says that he will show him even more things.
Even more things, yep.
People.
Just reveal more and more. You think that's cool. You think that lawnmower engine on that bicycle's cool.
Wait till he makes it an airplane.
I was going to say. All right, let's go to the next one. John 10.
And did you tell him you tried to do the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that you shouldn't do that.
Well, I love my son and everything that I have. I want him to have.
Are you
Hey,
still a
hey.
little kid in heart?
He has his dad's mind, and my whole childhood was, right, like being bored and getting in trouble and being told, like, I can't stand it for him because he's already getting it in school too, right? He's in trouble in school. He's a troublemaker. If you have him in Bible class, sorry, you don't have him yet, Jackie, right? No, he's coming. He's coming your way. You're gonna have fun with him, but like he gets in trouble. Why? Because his mind's active, and and he's active. I don't sit still. You watch me work on a sermon, study all this stuff. I'm not sitting on a couch doing it. I'm up and moving the whole time I'm reading and doing this work. I can't sit still like that.
You're kinesthetic learner.
I make myself sit in this class because my feet get tired by the time I'm preaching. This is true. Okay, 10. Yes, I did. That's why part of the reason why he wants to do it. The reason my Father loves me is that I lay down my life, only to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. The reason my Father loves me is that I what? Lay down my life. All right. In John 14, 30 through 31.
That's
Right, yeah.
He gave it.
Yep. For God so.
Someone did.
Yeah, I'm moving on.
Yeah, they were reversed in here, so we're.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, in the notes there. Yeah. I don't know why I put them in that order in the notes. I couldn't figure it out.
I read them in that.
There's also there's two pretty good errors in our I wonder if my editor was gone that week or something that I wrote those notes. Did you guys catch? There's
You left out love.
yeah, I left out love, and there's another grammatical mistake in there too. I will not say much more to you, for the prince of this world is coming, but he has no hold over me. But he comes so that the world may learn that I love the Father and do exactly what my Father has commanded me. That's a good one. What's the love of the Father and Son look like? Barb, you already hit on it.
He does besides helping.
Obedience. Faithful obedience. Trust that the Father has the best will, the best love in store for us.
Well, if you think about it as a parent, that's what you want your kids to do too.
Mm-hmm.
All I ask is that you do what I've asked.
Yep.
Then you can go play.
Yep.
But until then, guess what?
And
I'm gonna be a tyrant.
And then it like moves, right? And then, well, I want you to do what you want to do. And that looks like obedience, even though, right? Because you've changed their heart. All right. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you in church. I'll see you in worship.
Oh, when I work in the office, we get freebies. And I
Oh,
take
the
freebies.
samples.